Hi guys, welcome to the channel. In this video, you'll see the best defense players in NBA history. Please give this video a like and I'll see you in the next one.
Bill Russell. William Felton. Bill Russell is an American resigned proficient ball player. Russell played community for the Boston Celtics of the National Basketball Association from 1956 to 1969. It is accepted by numerous that if blocks were a recorded detail during his playing time, that Bill Russell would have found the middle value of twofold digits in blocks per game, add that to the 15.1 focuses per game, and the 22.5 bounce back per game. Without a doubt Bill Russell arrived at the midpoint of a triple twofold all through his profession. I'm a lovely short person in basketball terms, yet this person showed me how to be an incredible cautious player. Never over-pursuing, putting yourself out of position to make a play, getting in the correct spot for a bounce back and eventually closing down any steady focuses against you. 2. Hakeem Olajuwon. Hakeem Abdul Olajuwon, some time ago known as Hakeem Olajuwon, is a Nigerian-American resigned proficient ball player. Hakeem was a finished and adaptable safeguards. You were unable to pick a move with Hakeem. He could genuine gatekeeper any player on the floor, even the quickest point watches, and shut them down and get turnovers off them. Dexterous and speedy player with long arms. Joined that snappiness and senses from playing soccer goalie as a young player, I encouraged him to look at the NBA and strip balls of the paint. That why he was top 10 in takes unequaled, getting 2 to 2.6 take per game a year for a very long time. Think about that, Kobe Bryant at 2.2 SPG just a single time. That briskness likewise permitted him to shock players and get into position for blocks, recuperate from being out of position of being conceivably beat to get blocks. 3. Dennis Rodman. Dennis Keith Rodman is an American resigned proficient ball player who played for the Detroit Pistons, San Antonio Spurs, Chicago Bulls, Los Angeles Lakers, and Dallas Mavericks in the National Basketball Association. Dennis has closed down everyone within short, mid-range when the NBA was busy, generally serious. A detail that isn't estimated is compelling the best players to pass the ball to another person since they were being very much monitored and diminishing the group's general point aggregates, and Rodman did that to everyone and each team. Presently, Larry Bird burnt Rodman from an external perspective in his New Kid on the Block season. However, Rodman adapted rapidly and turned into the best defender and extraordinary compared to other rebounders. Time. By and by, Rodman just drove me insane after his choice to act naturally. With Detroit, he was wonderful, however then he just got so irritating and moronic. Be that as it may, you cannot deny this present person's capacity to play guard. He has 2D pot Y grants to show for it. 4. Michael Jordan. Michael Jeffrey Jordan, also known by his initials, MJ, is an American resigned proficient ball player. I saw Jordan's whole profession. I experienced childhood in Boston and was a tremendous Celtics and Larry Bird fan. I likewise played ball for what seems like forever through school. Michael Jordan is by a long shot the best basketball player ever. Individuals can contend for number 2, however there is a major hole somewhere in the range of number 2 and number 1. Consistently, when it came time to assume control over the game, he took over the game. Each and every evening. There was no response for this person. Easy. The Detroit Pistons of the last part of the 80s were presumably the best protective group ever, and Isaiah Thomas said Jordan made them appear as though secondary school kids. His safeguard doesn't get the acknowledgement it merits since they normally put Pippen in different groups' best protector. That wasn't on the grounds that Pippen was a superior safeguard, it was to keep Jordan new for the hostile end. Yet, when Jordan secured you, that was it. Your scoring streak and hot hand immediately cooled. He was covering on protection, faster and more dangerous than Pippen. In the event that someone had a decent game. 5. Gary Payton. Gary Dwayne Payton Sr. is an American resigned proficient ball player. He began at the point monitor position. He is most popular for his 13-year residency with the Seattle Supersonics, and holds Seattle establishment records in focuses, helps, and takes. The glove is certainly the best protective watchman in NBA history, secured 3 situations at point monitor, and didn't face challenges. In the event that you watched the tape, you would know he's a preferable safeguard over Jordan. He is a monster. He held Jordan to 23 focuses, if not best cautious player, best protective point monitor. His shoes consistently on the floor and moving, and his brain was totally in the game. Just direct watchman toward win cautious player of the year. That's all anyone needs to know. 6. Scottie Pippen. Scottie Maurice Pippen is an American resigned proficient ball player who played in the National Basketball Association. Best all-around protector ever, here and there the ball. Scottie is so underestimated. He was the best protector in a group that had Jordan and Rodman. That is saying a ton. Toss Daly said Scottie was the best player in the Dream Team. Players and mentors, who might know, are the ones who rank him so profoundly. Fans will in general misjudge Scottie, somewhat in light of the fact that he played next to the best player ever. Pippen piled up the takes and squares, however his assistant's safeguard was amazing. He could be everywhere on the court harassing everyone. I actually recollect when he was the impetus in closing down Utah's pick and roll and holding the Jazz to 54 focuses in the '98 finals. He assumed responsibility after charge on Karl Malone. Nobody could at any point have the guts to step before somebody as large as Malone, yet Pippen did it on different occasions. 7. LeBron James. LeBron Raymond James is an American professional basketball player for the Los Angeles Lakers of the National Basketball Association. LeBron has played for the Cleveland Cavaliers, Miami Heat, and the Lakers. LeBron's physicality makes him an incredible on-ball and off-ball protector. His footwork isn't the best as a result of speed against watchmen and strength against large men. He can monitor each of the 5 positions and watchman them like an all-guarded first-teamer. On the off chance that he could hand check like Jordan and Pippen, he would be recognized as truly outstanding on-ball protectors ever. He can capture passing paths due to his speed and can take it to the opposite end with no difficulty. Let's likewise not fail to remember he is the best chase down blocker ever with his 2-human chase down block on Iggy. So much LeBron scorn. SMH. He has been approached to be the top scorer, rebounder and passer in his group while guarding the opposition's best players at any position, 1 through 4. All that while being appointed at 16 as a possible challenger to MJ for the GOAT. Furthermore, in the time of blasting online media where each move is investigated with absolute attention to detail, LeBron deserves much more credit than he's in any event getting now. 8. Ben Wallace. Ben Kami Wallace is an American resigned proficient basketball player. A local of Alabama, Wallace went to Cuyahoga Community College and Virginia Union University and endorsed with the Washington Bullets as an undrafted free specialist in 1996. In his NBA profession, Wallace played with the Washington Bullets, Wizards. 4D Pot Y Grants. Dikembe Mutombo was the lone other player to get 4. However, the thing that matters is that Mutombo got his 4 over a stretch of 7 seasons, while it just took Ben 5 seasons to do as such, as the 2 sets of grants were one after the other. I'm so happy to see Big Ben back in Detroit, regardless of whether he is going downhill. Best cautious focus ever. Had the briskness to pick pocket monitors, solidarity to keep down larger than average focuses like Shaq, and drove his group to a NBA title simply because of his protection. Exceptionally underestimated player and ought to be higher on this list. There is no motivation behind why he shouldn't be top 3. 4 DPOTY awards? 9. Wilt Chamberlain. Wilton Norman Shriveled Chamberlain was an American ball player. He was born on August 21, 1936 in Philadelphia and passed away on October 12. Definitely Wilt would impede 10 to 15 shots for each game. Also, at 35 Wilt was a way better defender than LeBron James is presently. Furthermore, it's way off the mark. LeBron James has had a colossal tumble off with all due respect. While Wilt would be the all-time driving shot blocker. Damn, the measure of insolence appeared towards the Big Dipper as amazing. All you recent college grads haven't the faintest idea about how extraordinary of a player Wilt was on edge side of the floor. This brother likely obstructed 4,000 plus shots, yet the NBA, being the difficult imbeciles they are, didn't have the kindness to tally squares or takes, particularly when folks like Russell, Thurmond were playing. In any case, Wilt goes unseen with regards to perceiving guarded capacity. 10. Kevin Garnett. Kevin Maurice Garnett is an American professional basketball player for the Minnesota Timberwolves of the National Basketball Association. I used to loathe KG for the entirety of his junk talking, however you need to admire his quality on safeguard. He enlivened dull safeguards Paul Pierce and Ray Allen to really think often about guarding somebody. On account of Garnett, Rondo is a specialist pickpocket and, in light of the big ticket, Avery Bradley became well-known dependent on guard alone. KG's safeguard improved different players on guard, and that is the reason he ought to be in the top 5. Nobody can coordinate with KG's force on safeguard. He turned Boston, which was the most noticeably terrible cautious group, into outstanding amongst other guarded groups. He is outstanding amongst other cautious pioneers in NBA history.